The Celtic fallout continues on from last night. Welcome back to Fog Football and John Hartson. John Hartson, I feel like John Hartson's been very, very quiet over the past few months. Hell, I'd say up to a year. I haven't really heard John Hartson say much on Celtic, but this is what he had to say regarding Celtic and their Champions League qualifier against Karat Almaty. He said, and I quote on Twitter, Celtic need to invest in a centre forward. I would like to see other areas strengthened also, but goals win you games. It's imperative that they add firepower entering into what games lie ahead. So he's saying that Celtic need to invest in their centre forward. They do. What I would say is you've brought in Callum Osmond, youth guy, regardless what you think of him. Is it not about time you give him a game? If the board seriously aren't thinking about spending money, then why not give him a game? Because, you know, big Adam Ida, man, that's not going to be the answer to the prayers up front. They're going to get a goal. Johnny Kenny, hell, you can give Johnny Kenny more of a chance. I'm not saying Johnny Kenny's great, but to persistently start up front with Adam Ida, it doesn't make much sense to me why you would continue to do it when it just doesn't. I'm not saying he doesn't look interested up front, but it looks like Celtic are playing with 10 men. Ball gets played up to him. Don't know how many times he lost it. When Celtic hit on the counter last night, whether it was with Maida or Forrest, the guy was just nowhere. He wasn't running across the 6-yard box. There was none of that. It just seemed like every time the ball went to him, he lost it. And that's the worst combination you can have, man. Non-existent in the entire game, apart from when you lose the ball. Awful thing to have. So, I mean, Livy, at the weekend, Celtic should have enough to beat Livy for obvious reasons, but why not start Callum Osmond? What I think will actually happen is Johnny Kenny might start, or they might just go with Yang, Maida, and James Forrest. Celtic are a Dyson Maida injury away from an absolute disaster up front. Disaster. Like let's just call a spade an absolute disaster. Look at Celtic at one point had Larsson, Sutton, and Hartson, who were reading these comments from up front, right? Those three striking options. It wasn't too long ago you had the likes of Edward, Dembele, Griffiths, and it's like, how is it fallen to this level where you've got Johnny Kenny, a guy that, I mean, let's be honest, not too long ago was Irish League level, League of Ireland level, right? Probably still is, we're being honest about it. Then you've got Callum Osmond, who's just a youth prospect. Then you've got Adam Ida, who no one really rates. You lost Kyogo, and you've refused to bring anyone in. All the fans wanted Fifth Garden. Looked like it was going to cost 14 million, so people were like, all right, that's fair enough, not spending that. He ends up going to Norwich for 6.9. You're thinking, well, why not spend 6.9 on him? Hartson went on to say, the sale of Kyogo was a big gamble and a mistake. He was frustrated by not playing every week. Celtic sold him because they were paid big money for Ida, so felt there was an analysis to play him. He was class, and we should have played him every week. Goal machine. I mean, Hartson says the sale of Kyogo was a big gamble, and he was frustrated by not playing every week. I believe Kyogo started to not play every week due to the fact that, probably the fact that he wanted it. I thought he wanted it. I'm pretty sure Rodgers came out and said in January that Kyogo wanted it for a while, but they could only facilitate the move in January or something along those lines. But either or, I mean, I'm not going to overly bash the guy because when he came into Celtic initially on that loan from January 2024 to summer of 2024, he won a cup final. He got the only goal, and he scored some crucial goals against Hibs and Motherwell to turn the title in Celtic's favour. It's not like it's been all bad, but ever since the 9 and a bit million deal has went through, that's where it's fallen massively short for Adam Ida. The loan move, I mean, if we were ranking his loan move out of 10, you would rank it quite highly. But in terms of the actual permanent move, it's been a disaster, and no one can really spin it otherwise, man. And I know it's became a bit of a meme bashing him here on this channel. People have a wee bit of a banter with it, but I don't think anytime when I was watching Footy Adventures video, and I see a clip for Blair Back and Ali's on Twitter, and I mean, everybody's essentially ripping the piss at him, and I think Rodgers has got to pull him at the firing line. But are they going to bring anyone to replace him? Who knows?